What's going on, everybody? This is the Neg Entropy Chronicles, and today we are talking about Alexi McCammond, who is a Teen Vogue editor who resigned over past racist tweets. Now, when you think about it, you're like, man, another one with these racist tweets. Now I want you to peep it out. 2 years ago, 2019, this actually came up before. Now, she wasn't a Teen Vogue editor at the time, but she was in a different position, and the tweets that came up. Now, these tweets were regarding the Asian community. And, she apologized, deleted the old tweets, things like this. But here comes the plot twist. She's 27 years old, and the tweets came out a decade ago. So you do the math, she was 17 years old. Now, people are like, well, it doesn't matter. She had racist tweets. The problem is this was a decade ago, and they're trying to merge it with the anti-Asian hate situation. And 10 years ago, nobody knew that was coming. Also, 17 years old, most of the time you're a dummy anyways. You're going to just write and say stuff and not think about the parameters or the repercussions of it until after it happens. I mean, can anyone that's listening to this say that they're the same person they were 10 years ago? And if you are, you might want to be a little nervous because you're supposed to have growth over time. And if 10 years ago, you're the exact same way that you were from 10 years previously, there's a lot of problems there, because I couldn't even tell you what I wrote 10 years ago. Shoot, my Facebook brings up messages that I used to type, and I'm like, golly, my diction was terrible. I'm like, I know I didn't write this, because I couldn't imagine writing so poorly on the internet, So to see this particular individual not only apologize previously, delete the tweets, all of that, but then 2 years later, they come back up when she becomes the Teen Vogue editor. So she did resign. No one had to make her step down. No one went out of their way to make her step down. Like somebody like a protest or something like that. But we do have people who are like, well, it's good she stepped down because racism isn't okay. All right, true. But then let's look at it from a political aspect. Why is it that we still have people in the House and the Senate that make racist tweets all the time and they still have their positions? Now, once again, I'm not justifying her aspects or her actions from 10 years ago when she was a teenager, like literally probably not even out of high school yet, making stupid remarks like that. But, we got to be realistic. Like, you're going to do stupid things at 17. The only difference is you have the social media aspect now. People said stupid stuff all the time when you were a teenager. I mean, come on now. Let's just be realistic. Like, there is not one person on this planet who has not said or done anything foolish during their teenage years. It just happens because your brain ain't even fully developed yet. So you're going to make mistakes. That's the aspect of growing up. But because of social media, it now has a stigma where it sticks on you forever. I mean, look at it. 10 years, now it'd be like 12 years ago. But Kevin Hart had his issues from tweets from a decade ago. Anybody across the board, I feel like anywhere in any walk of life, 10 years ago, if it comes up now and and it causes you problems with your job, I can understand if you do something recent, but 10 years ago, let alone that you were a teenager, it just seems odd. And I think that's what we need to look at, this cancel culture or these trying to connect things to each other. 10 years ago, nobody was talking about Asian hate, period, or anti-Asian hate. That didn't even exist. But because we're in this position now where it's like, okay, we got to pay attention. We got to be nervous. We got to move this certain way to not offend anybody. It's like, okay, this doesn't even apply. But to make it apply is a scary thought. So that's just my thoughts on it. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe. Help your boy out, man. We're trying to make these moves. I'm trying to make it come up. Now let's get to 1,000 subscribers. All right, everybody. Peace.